What's going on, everybody? TK here with the Service Alliance Group. I hope everybody had an awesome Christmas. I know I did. Glad you guys could stop by and say hello this morning. And I got a special guest with us today. I don't know who everybody's Marcone rep is, but my Marcone rep is Cecilia Vitari, and I have her with us today, joining us. How are you, Cecilia? Good to see you.
I am doing great. Thanks, TK. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We appreciate you coming on. Don't worry, Saul. I know you're going to be watching this, but we're going to have you on too. But I had to have my rep on first. Up there he is. I
Hey,
see. I
Saul.
knew you would pop in. There he is. Good to see you, brother. We're gonna have you on next, man. Hey, it'd be cool to have both of y'all on one episode. We could get you guys
Absolutely.
both on here. Have the whole Marcone team with us. But thank you for joining us. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little about who you are and who Marcone is, and whatever you feel like sharing.
Sure. So, my name is Cecilia Vitari. I've been with Marcone since 2005. So, coming up here in March, it'll be 20 years. Um, Feels like a very long time, and it feels like just yesterday because honestly, it's been a really good ride. Um, Today, I would like to talk about or answer questions of anything you may have, but primarily everything Marcone has to offer. I'm pretty sure most of you know. I can elaborate on anything you would like. Most definitely, I would like to speak about the coming Marcone Vegas MSA convention. So that's one thing that I would love to speak about, but I'll let TK ask what he would like first, and then we'll go
Absolutely.
from there.
Absolutely. We can get into that. We got a couple people checking in this morning. Our buddy Gary. Good morning, sir. Thank you for always joining us. I'm not sure who this guy is. EJ's Appliance Repair. He must be new. I don't know who he is. Then of course we got Saul checking in. I always don't know if it's Saul or Saul. How does he prefer it pronounced?
I say Saul, but hey, Saul, you can,
Okay.
is it,
I'm going
which
with
way is
you.
it?
I'm going with you, Cecilia. I feel like
You
if
can,
I just go with what you're going with, I'm
you
gonna
can
say
correct
Saul
me
as
right
well.
now and end it all, you know?
Yeah, if we're saying it wrong, Saul, let us know in the chat. Got Eric joining in. Good to see you, brother. Adam Schwiegel. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Um, yes, Cecilia, you are correct. All right, so everybody, it's Saul, not Saul. He's not Saul, Paul before his transformation. He is Saul. It sounds way cooler too than Saul. I like the way you pronounce it. But
Saul, yes.
let's pray real quick. Get this party started right, and then we'll get into some MSA talk, some Marcone talk, and as always, guys, if you have a question, drop it in the chat. If you have a burning question to ask a Marcone rep, something you've always wondered, we'll either answer it or won't answer it. So that's up to Cecilia. I'm not going to put her on the spot, but if you have a question, drop it in the chat. We're going to pray real quick, and then we're going to get into some discussion. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for an awesome Christmas celebration. Thank you for family and friends and loved ones. I just want to pray for Marcone. I want to pray for Cecilia and her family. Lift them up to you, that you would continue to bless them as a business, bless her family as well. Thank you for all the reps out there that make things happen behind the scenes, that are working with the business owners, working with the techs, working with the manufacturers, working with whoever they have to work with to get things done, and going to bat for us, Lord, because that's their job, in my opinion, is to go to bat for us. And we thank you for that. We just ask that you bless the rest of this time, bless this weekend, and be with every business that is represented here today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All righty.
That was
Let's
beautiful. Thank
see
you.
here. Oh, thank you. Always got to start with a little prayer. All right, I'm going to play a quick
Absolutely.
video to get us going from the MSA 2025. Make sure I can do this right. Share. All right, y'all can see the screen now, right?
Yes.
All right, sweet. Look at me doing technological stuff. I'm gonna play this video real quick for you guys. It's only 1 minute. All right, I want to go back to this part. Right. Let's stop here. This is what I want to do. This looks really fun to me.
Yeah. The zip line.
Have you done this before?
So I have. That is that the one over Fremont Street? Do you know?
I guess so. I've never. Yeah, I think that's what it says right here, Fremont. I've never been to Vegas, so I have no clue.
Oh,
but this looks awesome.
There's one that goes over Red Rock Canyon too. That's a little more extensive. That if you really like this stuff, it's awesome. You go right over the Red Rock Canyons. That's a lot of fun.
Have you been to Vegas several times?
Several. I've gone. When Marcone used to have the convention yearly, so since 2005 I've gone to every convention that they've had. Now, of course, we haven't had one in 7, almost 8 years. So, but we did have them regularly for many years, and been, very much honored to be able to attend.
Nice. So it looks like the registration is $9.99.
They are offering.
Kicks off in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. They are offering $100 off for a period of time. I believe it's another week or 2.
Okay.
So if you are interested, hit up your rep. They'll definitely get you the $100 off.
Beautiful. We got GE there, Electrolux, Whirlpool, all the big names, Samsung, LG, of course, Procter and Gamble. Our girl Diane will probably be out there if I know her.
Yeah, she's
Speed
awesome.
Queen. Yeah, Diane's such a sweetheart. I love her.
Really
Bosch, Fisher Paykel. Yeah, y'all got everybody. Even got Master Samurai Tech coming.
Right, and also they're fantastic, as you guys probably know. Kwantlen University. One thing that I think is very notable. I think Saul had a lot to do with this. The TMM Appliance Academy is doing a sealed system training with certification. So if you attend the 2-day training, you will also get the certification as well.
That's awesome.
And that's
shout out to Brother B and the crew out there at TMM Appliance Academy. Yeah, this is like I might have to see what I can do to get my butt out there. I might see if my wife wants to go with me or something.
She'll have a blast. And the kickoff party,
pretty epic.
Like none other, honestly. They do a great job with the networking and the events. I will say that that's definitely where they have the edge. And the keynote speakers, it's just something to note that I hope that I get to attend this time. I would love to see Frank Abagnale. If you've ever seen Catch Me If You Can, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, the actual guy that's portrayed, Frank Abagnale, is going to be the keynote speaker. I've heard people say, and I think they have this quote on the MSA site, that it may be the best one-man show you'll ever see. They
Really?
also, yeah, oh yeah, that's from Tom Hanks. That's his quote. Um, Dr. Mark Hatch is an AI intervention strategist. He is amazing. He's spoke at the White House. He's gone to the United Nations for his strategies. He's very inspiring, his speech. So they have a lot of really good speakers. I would say that's definitely something that I'm excited about, is to hear what they have to say. But the best
Yeah.
part is you all, the customers. You make it's just so much fun and you learn a lot. And I know all trainings and all conventions, you definitely take something out of. I'm excited to see what they do this time because they haven't had one for so long. So it should be a great show.
Is the training, since I've never been, I just got a few questions. Is
Sure.
the training more tech focused or is it more business focused? Or is it like because I feel
It,
like ASTI is a mixture of the two.
mhm.
I felt like PSA was strong on the tech, and the Service Alliance group brought a lot of the, because we did a lot of classes at PSA this year. We
Oh,
brought a
good.
lot of the business side of things, which I thought was great. But is MSA more of a business focused, tech focused, or is it kind of a mixture?
It's definitely a mixture. Um, Definitely a mixture. They have, and I took a peek at ASTI to see what they had. It's very similar, but the classes are different, which is good, which is exactly what we want. They have
Yeah.
Bravati. They have Nelly, which is leveraging your outsourced diagnostics to increase your first time call completes. That's different. They have Skills USA, of course, Air Sled, which I believe is also at ASTI. Um, One thing
Yeah.
that I'd like to speak on, and I just heard this, I like to speak on things that I personally have experience with, or that a customer that I know very well has experience with. I have a customer here in Pittsburgh, and I just visited with him last week. He signed up for Just Press One. He does warranty. He sells appliances, does a decent amount of warranty because of selling appliances. He said, I wished I would have gone for this years ago. He has gone to just an amazing amount of claims processed that he thought were falling through the cracks, even though they do run a very tight ship. He had so many good things to say about the Just Press One. So if you actually do, say, 40% and up of warranty, definitely check out Just Press One. He said it optimized his claim works an amazing amount of money. He saved more money than he is spending on Just Press One, which goes to show that,
Oh,
it's
that's
effective. It's
beautiful.
doing what it needs to do.
I mean, if you're doing
That's one of the
warranty work,
groups that'll be there.
yeah, if you're doing warranty work, you've got to have something in place to help with those claims. Because when I was doing it as a one man show,
Mm-hmm.
it was a full time thing. Just keeping up with the claims and the accounts receivables, making sure that these companies are paying you.
Right.
Now I thank God that I don't do warranty. We're not to bash
Right.
anybody else's business plan, but my business plan was never to stay in warranty. My business
Right.
plan from the beginning, when I started my business, I wanted to use warranty as a stepping stone to build my business, and I think I did it very effectively. And that would be something that I would like to, not to get away from the MSA talk, but what do you, as a rep, what are some of the differences you see that affect your part of the business, as far as like the difference in business owners? Because obviously there's some business owners that are way more warranty heavy. There's guys like me that are pretty much all COD. I do property management. From your perspective as a rep, like what are some of the challenges, or what are some of the differences you see from your perspective when it comes to the different types of business owners?
And and well, with warranty, of course, we love the COD because as a distributor, not just Marcone, any distributor, the same applies. You don't really make money on warranty. It's a handling fee. This is well
Yeah.
known in the industry. Every distributor should tell you that, or will tell you that. So if you're heavily weighted on the warranty side, say 60% and up, it's tough because then you have freight comes into play and, and other things. So you really have to run a tight ship if are doing heavy warranty. So with that being said, warranty, you need to do the warranty being a distributor or, like you said, a newer business or a self-servicing, like the customer I just spoke of. He has 13 stores. So, of course, he's going to service what he sells, and warranty comes organically with that. So we like to take care of warranty, but of course, the money is more so in the COD for you, for distributors, for everyone. So it can be,
Absolutely.
it's time consuming. It's very time consuming. There's a lot of steps involved. A lot goes into it, a lot more returns. It's just a time
So
consuming process.
how did you
Please, you
end
feel
up
free to
landing
ask
at
anything.
Marcone?
I'm sorry?
What landed you at Marcone? You said 2005. That's quite a run you've had. How did you end up at Marcone? Do you mind sharing a little bit about that journey?
Not at all. And I'm sorry, I should have backed up. I live in Pittsburgh. I have always lived in Pittsburgh. My territory from Marcone is basically Buffalo to Virginia. So I have a large land of territory. I have 3 daughters and 7 grandchildren, and I'm married, of course. What landed me at Marcone was I knew absolutely nothing about appliance parts or the industry. Is I seen a job posting, and I was involved. I was a recruiter for a college, and that's a true story. And I ended up not wanting to be involved with this particular organization for many reasons, and happened to be looking for a new job and love the idea of traveling and seeing people face to face because I really like to be with people. And that's what started it. Very basic, very simple. And I've loved it. Said this is going to be my last job. I'm going to stay forever. And fingers crossed, that's the way it goes since I'm getting up there in age. But it's been a great run. I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of when I started, there was the big 3, AP Wagner, Marcone, and First Source Serval. That's in order the 3 largest distributors in the country. And Marcone is the last one standing out of that 3. So I've even had customers like Repair Clinic and, over the years. And when Encompass had a location in Baltimore and just with further electronics, you see a lot over the years. So it's been a great learning experience. And the most important, I think the takeaway is everybody has become friends and family as well. Customers, my fellow employees, and what a great group of people in the service industry. So that's really what's kept me here.
So you go from New York down
Mm-hmm.
to where I'm at in Virginia.
I do.
So you got a nice group of Yankees, and then you get us Virginia boys thrown into the mix. Tell me a little bit about your experience as far as dealing with the businesses up and down through the East Coast there. Is it easier up north, or does it get easier down south? I know us down south folks can be a little more laid back. Have you noticed much of a difference, or is it all just pretty much the same to you?
That's a really good question. I would have to say, and things always change and evolve at Marcone, but this is no secret, and it's Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh, so I've lived here. But my favorite area to come is Maryland and Virginia. I just, I really know everybody knows this, even that I work with. So with that being said, I think it's I love the laid backness, and I love how everybody's calm, cool, and collected for the most part. And I'll tell you, New York, Buffalo is much like Pittsburgh. So it's not really New York, but I've also had the opportunity to go there as well. And it's fast paced and exciting, and everybody's in a rush. And so every place has something different to offer. And I truly love it. Even the Midwest, when I go there, the Midwest, everybody has something to offer, but I do prefer the South. I'll say that.
Yeah. I do too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little biased, but I prefer the South too. I never sit there and think, you know what, I want to go up north
Right. I
and
can't tell
visit.
you I say that I want to go south. My family
Yeah,
lives in Florida and California, so for the most part, yeah.
yeah. Well, and most people don't retire and say I want to move to Maine. They
Right.
say I retire and want to move down south where it's warm. I'll be honest. I just like warm weather. It's cold here in Virginia right now, and I can't stand it. Um,
Same.
it is
Same. It's
absolutely frigid.
well, it's going to be
But
61 tomorrow, I think. At
is
least it's
it
going to be 61 here.
okay? Well,
Crazy.
I
I'll
can
take
tell
it.
you personally, Cecilia, that my team absolutely loves you. Stone has nothing but nice things to say about you and Marcone. Like I'm not a micromanager. So Stone is in charge of my parts department. He's awesome. He does his job. He keeps me in the loop. We have regular meetings to go over things. And every time parts suppliers, we talk about parts suppliers, he has something nice to say about Marcone, but specifically about you. He's like, Cecilia's awesome. She'll go to bat for me. She's a great rep. And just
Yeah.
like we've had a ton of great reps on here, my boy Reggie from Encompass, we're going to
Oh,
have
yeah.
Saul on soon. The rep is really what makes the experience. When I talk to business owners about appliance repair, I constantly talk about the experience you're giving the customer. And what I've noticed from folks like you and Reggie and Saul and some other guys out there, you want to give your customer is us, the business owners, the techs out in the field, the property managers buying parts from you or whatever, the people buying the parts. What are some of the things that you as a rep do to try to enhance that experience and make people say, "Oh, I want to buy from Marcone more than anybody"? Like, what are some of the things that you kind of pride yourself on, or Marcone as a whole?
Well, Marcone as a whole, I would definitely say they're very tech savvy. They've done a really great job at the tech package overall with the website. The personal experiences that I think that I feel that the reps, mostly everybody that I engage with or everyone, is how you solve the issues. Where especially when you get to be, large like a Marcone, or any of the other suppliers that are very large, you're going to have issues. It's all about how you go the extra mile to take care of the issues, not just the standard. This is our process. This is the answer. This is what we're going to do. But really, how you go out of your way, it's the relationship. You trust us to supply your parts, and you give the majority of your business or part of your business to us. We want to make sure that we take care of you and don't give you a standard answer. I think that Marcone does a very good job at giving us not to just follow the process, that it's not just black and white, that you think on your own. If you feel that our process says no, you cannot credit in this situation, but you feel this is a great customer and this is what you need to do for the relationship, and it's a valid reason, you go for it. They give you leverage to take care of the customers and the situations as you see fit. And I think that that's very important. I never want to give a standard, that's the way it is, I can't take care of you answer. So
Yeah.
that's important.
It's all about it going, it's just like us out in the field. Go above and beyond for your
Right.
customer. No matter what you're doing in life, whether you're an appliance repair technician, whether you're a parts rep, whether you're a janitor, whether you're a CEO of a big company, go out there and go above and beyond. I always tell my guys, it's something simple, but I learned this from my brother Scott Holt, who's a local tech here that owns a company. Every time I pull a refrigerator out, I clean behind it. That's not my job. I'm not that. My job is not to come clean behind your refrigerator. You're not paying me for that. But it is the difference between a wonderful experience and an okay experience. Because every single time I do it, the customer is blown away. Ma'am, I'm
That's
going to
right.
clean up back here before I get started. Would you prefer me use your broom or your vacuum? Or a lot of times I'll just have one of my damp rags with me, wipe, there's cobwebs, there's all sorts. You never know what
Certainly.
you're gonna. It's like a mystery every time you pull a fridge out. EJ's got a question here, and I don't know what this means, but talk about the Service Works integration. Do you know what
Oh,
that means?
EJ. Oh no. Um, so are you talking about the integration from the old platform SwiftLink?
I have no idea what he's
Yeah.
talking about. EJ, we don't know what you're talking about.
I'm aware of ServiceWorks and and their platform, but I am not an expert on ServiceWorks, and I certainly will get you answers though, EJ. If you're talking about transferring over from the old SwiftLink to ServiceWorks, I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, but or just integration in general. Are you talking about the integrating to Marcone, like an EDI process? Because we do
Dan
a lot
Ibsen
of that.
said Marcone is integrated into ServiceWorks CRM.
Yes. Okay. Um, yeah, this Saul said that. Okay, good. I'm glad you weren't talking about what I said at first. So what specifically about the integration with Marcone? Yes, I know that we do it. We do it with several different platforms.
So you can order straight from their software?
Right.
Is that Oh, that's cool. That's a really nice feature. I didn't realize that that was an option. And is that strictly ServiceWorks,
So
or is
that's
that other
ServiceWorks. Yes.
CRMs as well?
We do a couple
Okay.
others. We do I have some customers integrated through ePass. There's a few that we actually integrate with. We get asked this question
Nice.
on the regular, and I think there's going to be more to come with that as well. There's going to be several
Yeah.
integrations, but absolutely. If you have specific questions about the integration, I can certainly hook you up with the right person. I don't want, unless Saul has something to add. I don't want to go off on a tangent on something that I don't have particular details about, but we'll certainly help you out.
Yeah. Well, that's just I can guarantee you probably EJ's the only person in the audience asking about this. So because I know why, because he switched over to ServiceWorks.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
when he was
Yes.
at PSA, he hooked up with the ServiceWorks. I did a demo recently, and I was very impressed with ServiceWorks. I'm currently with Workies and have not been happy. I like the software. I don't like the customer service.
Ah,
And I have to have good customer wherever I go. I have to have good customer service, whether it's my supply house, whether it's my CRM, whether it's the restaurant that I go to on a Friday night with my wife. If the customer service sucks, it doesn't matter how good the food is or how good the software is. And
right.
that's what we're talking about this morning with supply houses. Like, the rep is the extension of the customer service to us out in the field, out in the world of appliance repair. And you guys do such a good job over there at Marco, because I've never once had an issue where, you know, things happen. You
Right.
get a package and somebody put a part in there that was already used, or you get a package and it's bad. Actually, I got a part coming back to you right now that was bad right out the box. That's not your fault. That's not my fault. That is only the manufacturer's fault.
Right.
One thing that's always frustrated me is the fact that, when those things happen, everybody loses but the person responsible.
Oh,
Your
for sure.
company, your company loses. You have to invest time in warranting that part. My company loses big because I've already been out to the customer's house. I don't know the part's bad typically until I've installed it. And then only people that don't lose is the responsible party. And I think a new conversation for a new day is, how do we hold manufacturers more responsible for the quality of parts that they're putting out? Because whether you guys out there want to admit it or not, the part quality is not getting better. We're seeing
Right.
more and more of these issues. But it's
Definitely.
because of awesome people like Cecilia and Saul and all these folks out there helping us, that when these things happen, they're not as detrimental. So on behalf of the appliance industry, I'd like to thank you guys for that, because without the reps going to bat with us, a lot of this stuff would be way more difficult. You think about it, you got a part. What is y'all's return time ratio? 30 days, 60 days?
Everybody is in at 30 days, and then I go by by customer process. I have some at 60, some at 90, depending on your needs. You could tell me, hey, I can't make it in 30. Takes me longer. So of course I increase it to, whatever suits you,
Yeah.
because I try to go
And that's
by customer basis. And I was just going to touch on the claim center really quickly on if you have a defective part, a damaged part, a used part. Marcone did a great job with their claim center. It's right on the website. You credit your own account, in essence. You click on what the issue is, put the invoice and part number in, and you're credited. So, of course, there's, pictures involved if it's damaged by carrier, but it's a very streamlined process. And, by the time somebody types up an email, their credit could be done on Claim Center. It's very effective. And of course, you always have circumstances that fall outside of that. And, we certainly will take care of you with that.
Yeah. And that's what I love about you and a lot of these awesome reps. It's like something happens outside of the box and you're there to help. I've had issues in the past with you guys and with other manufacturers where, I had a part too long and I wanted to return it, but it was over the time. 99% of the time, you guys are understanding. You'll work with us. You'll do your best to make it happen. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. I just wanted to pop this up one more time to remind everybody to go and sign up for MSA. Everybody always asks the question to me. They're like, which convention should I go to? And my answer is always the same. All of them that you can.
Right.
I have never been to a single appliance repair convention or a single business convention in general where I did not get something out of it. But it's the people that make the convention great. It's the networking. It's the, getting to see your rep and hang out and buy your rep a drink. Hint, hint to all you people out there. Buy Cecilia a drink when you see her at MSA. Talk to these people. And she'll buy you one. There you
Dinner.
Go. And talk to these people, because that's where you get all the wisdom. That's all. The classes are great. The trainings are great. You're going to learn stuff and all those, but it's really about just networking with the people and the after hours and the fun. And another tip, I'm going to give one more tip, because I've been on both ends of this spectrum. When you go to these conventions, don't get so absolutely inebriated that you don't enjoy the function. It's cool. You're off work. You're at this convention. You're around all these people, and you're in Las Vegas, for crying out loud. But don't get so absolutely inebriated that you're not going to enjoy the convention and you're going to miss half the trainings because you're hungover. That's TK's
Amen.
Convention pro tip. Do not get too inebriated. I went to PSA this year and I did not drink at all. I take that back. I had one mixed drink the last night I was there, and that was it. I was very proud of myself, by the way. I was pretty good for me. Well, anything you want to say before we hop off, Cecilia? We've talked about Marcone. We've talked about MSA. Anything that we didn't say, or anything you want me to drop in the chat where they can find you? Or
most certainly, my cell phone is. They also have it on the website as well, but we could drop my cell phone. If you fall within my territory, I'm more than happy to help you out or direct you to whomever you need that's outside of my territory as well. So you can certainly put my cell phone.
What's that number?
412.
Oh, I have it in my phone. Oh, 412.
480.
Okay.
7923. 7923.
412-480-7923.
Yes. And we appreciate you
All
all
right.
very much.
We appreciate you, Cecilia. Thank you so much for coming on. If you have not signed up with Marcone to get parts, reach out. Depending on where you are in the country, you might get Saul, you might get Cecilia, you might get another awesome rep from Marcone. But when people ask me who do we go to for parts, Marcone is always in my conversation because we didn't use you guys for the first probably 5 to 6 years. And once we started using you guys, we realized why y'all are the biggest out there. Not
Oh,
bashing
thanks.
any of the other ones. I love Encompass. I love Tribbles. I love all the smaller ones that are out there doing awesome things. But Marcone does do great. And no one's perfect. So give them a try if you've never tried them. If you're currently using them, I would encourage you to stay plugged in with your rep. Let them know what you need. Reach out to them. That's what their job is. Their job is to help you and be there for you. So huge shout out to Marcone. Huge shout out to you, Cecilia, for coming on today. We're gonna come back with a Marcone edition podcast with you and Saul. Who else would be a good Marcone person to have on with us?
We, I tell you what, I'm sure between Saul and I, we can come up with somebody. We could have our GMs, either of our GMs, Saul's in the southeast or mine in the northeast as well. I'm sure we can come up with somebody that would be really excited. Anyone really would be excited to come on.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Cecilia. You guys out there in the Service Alliance community, enjoy your weekend. If you haven't signed up for an all access package at servicealliancegroup.com, make sure you go over to servicealliancegroup.com. I feel like most of our viewers that come on every morning are already members. You missed this month's mastermind. We just had it a few weeks ago, but we're going to be starting fresh in 2025 with brand new masterminds coming to you. A lot of good stuff coming. Me and the fellas are going to be meeting up next month to go over our plans for 2025 to dominate and continue to elevate the industry. And we will check you guys. Oh, and Happy New Year to everyone, because I won't see y'all before the New Year. Happy New Year to you, Cecilia.
Thanks. Happy New Year to you, TK, and everybody. We appreciate you.
All right. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Thanks. Take care.